Hey guys, how are you? It's Elda here. I am just about to make some chicken enchiladas, a healthier version of them. I got it from my favorite Fixate cooking show that is on Beachbody On Demand. If you have Beachbody On Demand, I highly recommend you watching it. It's got some really great recipes, some really good healthy eating tips. It's one of my favorite shows to watch because they're all really short. They're about anywhere from 8 minutes. This one was 8 minutes. 8 minutes to like 15 minutes. They're really short, so you can watch them really quick and get some really good ideas. So, super easy. I'm just making the enchilada sauce. And so I just started cooking up the onions, and it's 1 1/3 cup of onions I just chopped up. I'm going to turn my oven on at 425 so it can heat up. Do that right now. Hopefully you guys can hear me under this loud cooking noise. I also cooked up some chicken yesterday, so I have that left over from yesterday. What you can do is you can either get rotisserie chicken at Safeway or your local store, cut that up. You can do your own. You can use your slow cooker. What I did with this is I just threw some chicken breasts into some boiling water and boiled it for a while, and then it shreds up, cuts up pretty nicely. So you can throw that on salads too. So I have this kind of on medium-high heat. Then I'm gonna, it asks for about half a jalapeno. I didn't have an actual one, so I just used my diced up jalapenos in my fridge that I had. And 4 cloves of garlic. I love garlic, so I like that there's a lot of garlic in there. So now we're just going to cook that up. We are also going to use a cup of bone broth. Chicken broth, bone broth. The difference. Bone broth has the gelatin in it. So if you're buying chicken broth at the store, don't think you're getting all the healthy gelatin in it, but if you do buy bone broth, that has it in it, or if you make your own, then you obviously have the gelatin in it. This is just chicken broth, so I buy this gelatin here. I buy it off of Amazon, and I'm just going to put a teaspoon in my chicken broth, so that way you have all the healthy benefits of it. Okay. So this is cooking up pretty nicely. I also have a cup of tomato puree here ready to go in. And that will be next. But I'm going to just let this cook up a little bit longer. I don't think it's quite ready yet. This is a really easy way to, you can buy enchilada sauce at the store, probably reasonably priced, but you also don't know all that's in it. So this way you're making your own, you're making it healthy, you don't feel so bad eating it. So that looks about good. I believe next was this. I just watched the video the other day, so hopefully I remember this correctly. Yes. Okay, next is the sauce. This is a cup of tomato puree. I'm going to toss that up. It also asks for some taco seasoning, which you can make your own. The Fixate cookbook actually has a recipe in there for it. And I didn't have any, so I buy this taco seasoning mix sometimes when I need it quickly. I buy it at Trader Joe's. Probably not all of you have a Trader Joe's, but it's one of my favorite stores because it's all pretty healthy stuff for a pretty reasonable price. And I always look at the ingredients because a lot of taco seasonings have a lot of chemically stuff in it. So just make sure there's very basic ingredients: paprika, onion, garlic, black pepper, red bell pepper, oregano, chili pepper, and smoked paprika. Ooh, I better turn that down. So it asks for 2 tablespoons of this. And you know what? We all know I don't measure anything. So we'll just put that all in. It was about 2 tablespoons. So I'm gonna mix that up. Now I'm gonna put my chicken broth in there as well. That's a cup, and I remember I put the collagen in there. And I'm just gonna throw that in there. Obviously that is gonna make it a little bit more runny, but I'm gonna turn the heat up now again. But they also make what they call is a slurry. I call it a thickening paste. What they use is just 2 tablespoons of cornstarch and 2 tablespoons of water. I try to stay away from corn products. So I've used, I believe today I used tapioca starch. And I mixed that up earlier to save some time. So that was 2 tablespoons of that with some water, and I'm just going to re-stir it up because it will settle on the bottom. And it kind of makes it kind of like a thick paste, and it will just thicken that sauce up for us. I'm also going to put a little bit of salt and pepper. What is the measurement of the salt and pepper? I didn't write it down, obviously, because I don't put it all in there. So we'll put all that in there. We all know what we measure salts and pepper, so put whatever you feel like in there. And I'm going to stir that up because I've put that thick stuff in there now. It's going to make it a really nice thick sauce. Okay. So, I'm going to just let that simmer up a little bit. I went to a baby shower today, which was a ton of fun and enjoyable, but with baby showers along comes a whole bunch of food. Luckily at this baby shower though, some pretty healthy food they had out there, which I was really impressed. But what I always do when I have to go to events like that, and I know there's going to be a lot of food that's going to be tempting and that I may not want to eat a ton of, I have a few little tricks that I follow. One, always make sure I eat before I go. Usually I'll have my Shakeology because I find that really fills me up. You could also do a quick snack of maybe just some nuts, or celery and peanut butter is good too, or hummus and vegetables. Just make sure you're full before you go to a party. Also, alcohol. We all know alcohol has a lot of calories. And there's nothing wrong with having a glass of wine, or today they had mimosas. But they also had seltzer water or sparkling water. You can just put that in a nice cup with some ice, and it's kind of like you're joining everyone, you know, having fun. So the other thing is, usually if it's a really big event, but this was small, I try not to stick around the food table because there's things that tempt me. So today it was small, and it was, like I said, it was all healthy food, so it was good, and I did sit by the table. But that's just another thing, you know, don't hang around the table. A lot of people just hang around the table and sometimes just mindlessly eat without thinking what they're putting in their mouth, right? So, and sorry if anyone is commenting. I can't see any of the comments, so sorry about that. Okay, so this is getting really nice and thick, and I will show that to you. I'm just going to put it on really low and show you quick. Maybe not. Hold on. There you go. So that's nice and thick now. And now you get to see my whole apartment with the bright sun. So let me flip that. Sorry. Okay. There we go. Okay, so that is pretty much cooked up. I'm going to keep it on low. What you do now is I have chicken. They call for, I believe it's 1.5 cups of chicken, which I have in here. We're just going to add 2/3 cup of this sauce. And to make it easier, pour it in this bowl. Sorry, excuse my messy kitchen. First, I'm going to do 1.5 cups of my chicken. This is a cup here. And this is just chicken I made last night and I cut it. And that looks about right. Okay. Then I am going to take 2/3 cup in here. And I'm going to mix that up. So then my chicken has sauce on there. And obviously you can just do what you think looks right. You know, there's not exact measurements that have to work for this. But just so that it's all covered up in the sauce. And sometimes I also taste a piece of my chicken to make sure either there's the right spices in there. And I will do that. Tastes pretty good. So now I am gonna I have this casserole dish here. I just sprayed some olive oil spray on there, on the bottom. You put 2/3 cup on the bottom of this as well. Bottom of the casserole dish. So I will do that. Okay, and then just swish it around so it covers the bottom. That looks good, and I might even just put just a little bit more in there. Okay, so that's ready to go. Now, what we do with the tortillas. So I am gluten-free, and I don't like corn tortillas. So these are the ones that I buy. I found these are the closest to a real flour tortilla that I could find. Siete makes it, and these are almond flour gluten-free tortillas. Because a lot of the rice ones I find are kind of hard, and these are pretty soft. I'm still gonna throw it in the microwave for about 5 seconds, just to soften it up a bit. And let me throw these in the plate. I might need those. Okay, perfect. Then I take my chicken from my 21-day fixers. Red container, this is our protein container. Half a red. So I put about half a red, which is about there. Put that on top and roll it up. So 1 portion, and I'm just gonna place it in my little casserole dish. Let me put a few more in there. Better just do 2 at a time. And that is my oven is ready, it's telling me. Let me get rid of that chicken. Oh yeah, and another tip about when you go to social events is take something with you in your handbag, like if you want to just put a bar in there or something that you could have as well. Hey Sophie, how are you? That way you have something else you can eat. If you're going to an actual party at someone's house, take something that you know you can eat. Okay, here's my other red container. And obviously with the flour tortillas, that might be too much, it will roll a little easier. These are a little bit stiffer, but still work. Because really, enchiladas you eat with a fork and knife anyway, so. Okay, So like I said, one serving is 2 enchiladas. And again, for my 21-day fixtures, that is 2 servings, which equals 1.5 green, half a purple, 1 red, 1 yellow, and I believe 1 teaspoon or 1.5. I'll have to recheck that. The red, which is a fruit, or the purple, I mean, which is a fruit, comes from actually the tomato part, from the tomato sauce. Okay, this is going to be my last one. I obviously am going to have a little bit chicken left over, but that's okay because I can always throw that on a salad with my other chicken. And this one is going to be full too, but that's okay. So I will show you my casserole dish now. Let me move that out of the way. And hopefully you guys will be able to see this. I think you can. Like that. But now we are also going to put a little bit of cheese. So for one serving, here's where your blue container comes in, my 21-day fixers, because we are going to put, I measured it out already, but this is 2 blues. So I am now just going to pour the rest of the sauce over and put the cheese on top. So just kind of okay. This is my 2 blues of cheese, and I just grated that myself. Because if you've ever looked at the back of the pre-shredded cheddars, like Sargentos and stuff, there's a whole lot of stuff in there that doesn't need to be in there. But anyways, I mean, sometimes it's just easier, and don't get me wrong, I eat garbage too sometimes, but I try to avoid it if I can at all costs. But of course, you know, we live life and we enjoy. And like I said, like, you know, I went to a shower today, and you know, it's okay to have I didn't have any cake, which is really helpful that I'm gluten-free, because then I can't have it, right? So it keeps me away from that stuff. So here we go. That's it. 425, 10 to 12 minutes. This is 2 servings, which really, I don't even know if I can have, like 2 is pretty big. So I'll just see how that goes. And also probably a little bit of extra vegetables wouldn't hurt on the side. And that's about it, I think. I think I gave you the whole recipe. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed that. If you have any questions, send me a message. Please feel free to share the video. Always appreciate all the support that I get from you guys. It's really helpful, and it doesn't go unappreciated, just so you know. So that will be my dinner for tonight. I will post a picture when it's done and it has come out of the oven, okay? Everyone have a good rest of your Sunday evening, and we'll see you all soon.